All right, guys, it's gonna be a quick video today. It's um, November 30th. It's 7:54 a.m. PST, and here's our high time frame outlook. I'm one and done for the day, and I'm gonna be done super early. I've only been in front of the charts for like 20 minutes today, and I've just got so much to do. I've got a home project that I'm getting on with, and so I'm real interested in that. And the fact I've just hit a 1 to 10, I'm just ready to stop. I don't need to overtrade. I don't need to do anything else. I could, and if when I'm like a full-time dedicated day trader, I will be definitely like continuing my sessions till completion. But I'm gonna give myself an off today, with everything that's been going on lately. Thanksgiving we've had and all kinds of stuff going on. So I'm just feeling a bit tired, and uh, I just want to let me turn notifications off. Here we go. I just want to stop for the day. So it's my prerogative. Do whatever the heck I like. Okay, high time frame. Check this out. So we had this sell primary form, as we know, and we had this reaction out of the primary, and it did nothing. There was no structure to break other than up here. So we weren't thinking that this was going to hold, to be quite honest with you. And then we had overnight, this is what's happened sort of yesterday and overnight, we've had another reaction, done nothing, and then this reaction actually did do something. And what it's done is created a new sell primary, okay? Um, and it's done that after bouncing from a buy primary. So what can we conclude? We're selling. We're sharp selling off, and so we're initiating away. So I see this sort of black bar as I'm sort of coming to the screen, and I'm going, okay. So I bring down to my 5 minute, and anyone who saw yesterday's video will remember this. This was a range that I thought something was was interesting. There was some points of interest here. I wasn't confident with this area here. So we came back in. We had this reaction, straight one reaction and a push down. Then we had a second reaction, and I even said on the video that's not bearish strength, to keep coming back into an order block to take more liquidity. But yeah, sure enough, we did break structure. So it came in from that second one, and they did initiate away and break structure, but immediately sort of came back in. And what did they do? They took all of this liquidity. So this has become a higher time frame sell primary. The moment it took liquidity from above here, right? So we're looking at this candle here. Sorry, not this candle, this up thrust here, this movement here, this range. What did it take? Well, it took liquidity from here. And if it had broken structure down there, then that would have been a sell primary. But they came in and took more. So there's this one here, this range initiated here and took liquidity. So you can argue that that's a sell primary, but the whole thing is a sell primary as well. So I draw it out in big like that. Okay, and so now I can see we're initiating away, and so I'm just like, okay, let's get to my screen. 1 minute. I'm actually on a bar replay, and we'll see that in just a second. And then let me just get this all figured out here, guys. So here's us initiating away, and so I look on a 1 minute chart, and I can immediately see there's no sell primary, none. So I go to 15 seconds. And what I found is on a 15-second chart, you have to be quite liberal when price is initiating away like this. And so I've identified this is a primary, this is a primary, this is a primary, and this is a primary, right? And we're going to talk about this one because I believe this is the one that I entered on. Risk entry, right? So why is this a primary? Here's a range, initiation. Did it break structure? Didn't need to break structure, right? Just took the liquidity and went. So sell primary. So you could have traded off of that. Same thing again. This is the only 15-second range that I could find that range, initiate, break structure, come back in, took that liquidity. And so you could have entered off of this range. Same thing off of this. Let's just clean that up. Same thing off of this one. However, there was no re-entry, no entry came. So we had like this kind of, see, this is, again, subjective, right? So you could say range, initiation, come back in, took liquidity, and then never came back up. Now, This is absolutely picture perfect. This setup right here. Let's bring it right to the middle of the screen. Go and watch yesterday's video. If you did not see 11/29/2022, go watch it right now, because I literally gave this setup to you guys. Okay? I literally said, watch for things like this happen. A range, a break of structure, somewhere to the left of your chart will break structure. So look at that. Let's go back here. Observe what happened. We ranged and then we initiated. Now my first line here that I've drawn is the break, right, of itself, that range initiation, the first range. So let's see what that line is. It's going to take here a second because you have to go back quite a ways, especially on a 15-second chart. And I'm zoomed in. Let me zoom out here. Do you see that? The first bar went like this. Initiate. So it ranged, right? And it's like this. Let me get this absolutely perfect for you so you understand this. It's literally like that. This is what's happened on the right. I'm drawing what's happened on the right-hand side of the chart. Range, initiate, breaks this structure and stops right where that arrow is. It then comes back in. Oops. It then comes back in, takes the liquidity, and drops. This is gold. This setup right here is your bread and butter. This is gold. This is the setup of all setups. Okay, this is what you want to be looking for. And go watch the video. I literally pointed this out yesterday. Range, initiate, break a structure somewhere in here. It's literally something like that, right? If we raid it across, that'd be perfect. Price stops here, comes up, takes liquidity from here, pulls back, doesn't complete taking liquidity, liquidates and mitigates the bulk of the order block right here, and then initiates aggressively away. I see this happening, all right? And I'm at the charts here in this area. And so I'm drawing on these, and I'm just looking for price to come back up over any kind of liquidity, and then I'm going to wait for a primary, and I'm in. This is the last known primary, the last known sell primary that I could possibly identify. So I just plonked an order, literally right here, 3 pips too, because I just wanted in on this. I just knew this is the last known one. And I just wanted this, I wanted to see a reaction from it. I knew I was expecting a reaction. I didn't know if price was going to react. It was a high probability setup. I didn't know if price was going to run through. And what happened was, so anyway, my entry is literally just 3 pips trying to get my stop safe. I mean, we're on a 15-second chart, and this is, where 3 pips gets me this much. It's not very much. So price is initiating aggressively. And EU has changed character into being that it's moving very fast and with big movements. So I adjusted my stops from 2 to 3 pips. I would have liked perhaps more. I would have liked 2 pips if ideally, but the ideal sort of setup would have been something like this, right? A 5 pip stop, but I went for 3. And I'm not going to lie, as price was up here, as price was right here, let me get off of that replay mode. I thought we're just going to break through. I had no clue that this was going to hold, none whatsoever. And I'm thinking to myself, so what's likely to happen? When can I go break even? What can I do to protect myself here, right? And I thought to myself, well, the first thing to go is this candle here, this 15-second candle low. Boom, it went within seconds. And that took out the TOB as well. There's a transitional order block in there. Took out that lower time frame. Then I'm thinking, and then I saw that next candle, it took out a higher time frame TOB, and I drew these on, right? And so I'm confident at that point. So I'm literally going, well, price could zip back up here, but I'm confident now that this is the mitigation. And so I just want to get my stop safe. So I'm going to reduce my risk. So I pulled my stop from there and I literally put it about here. Thinking to myself, well, if they're going to come up and do equal highs, fuck it, they can have me. I'll get in again later. But the chances are they might just come up to mitigate again in this area and pull back down. They didn't. They initiated away. What have I told you about when we push up aggressively through price? And there's a lot of information here, and I know it looks kind of funky on my chart, but bear with me. So these are the transitionals. We don't need these on anymore. We know about this, sell primary, and we know about this, liquidity, right? These are just regular old ranges. I drew this and purple right here to represent that this whole order block got taken fast. And so what was I expecting? A reaction, a mitigation out of it. So as this is happening, I'm not freaking out at all. I'm saying this is natural. This is normal to happen. Oh, look, they stopped again, created a new order block, pushed down, broke structure, RIMC, right? Range initiation, boom, break a structure, straight back in. So could I have entered here? This is, to me, is high risk, high risk, because I like to enter up here off of these. People can enter up with these. I see teams, clubs, whatever you want to call them, memberships, they do range initiation, break a structure, mitigation, continuation. It's about identifying this as a high probability setup. And so, I mean, look, this is the last unmitigated. There's an unmitigated above it. I don't know if I would have taken that if I was in that sort of kind of mentality. And so what's this block here? Well, this just represents, and I just got it out of my screen, what actually happened. This is liquidity. This is into a sell primary. What's happened? This has formed a sell primary. So what do I expect? When price comes back up here, if price comes back up here, I expect this to react. That's literally it. That's literally it. Done. Seconds, done. As soon as we broke structure, as soon as we're here, I went break even. That's the only other bit of information about that trade. Nothing more to be said. Literally, I'm going to just drop everything there, leave it there. It's 8:06 a.m. And I'm done for the day, and all is well. I hope everyone smashed R, had an amazing day, and I hope you're learning massively as well. All right. Aloha.